So I've decided, since I've done the transmission fluid flush, I may as well do the engine oil. You can hear I've heated up the engine, and she's pretty straightforward actually. You got your sump plug, and then you fill it up via the dry sump filler, and you have to check the levels. The fan stopped. Have to check the levels once the engine's running at idle, at operating temperature I believe, but yeah, we'll get to that. Looking much cleaner underneath now. I've given everything a clean down. It's almost shining, and I've actually been driving it for a little bit since I did the transmission fluid flush, and it's brilliant. I just cannot get over the gearbox in this car. Lightning fast changes, and there's something about it. Like, I love the Camaro and it's fast, powerful, but this is just another level again. I don't know what it is about this Corvette, but I love every minute of it when I'm in it, and it looks good, it goes well, it sounds nice. I am thinking of taking these tips out, these resonator tips. You'll find they do actually have a resonator, so to speak, and I wanted to put black tips on it, so I'm thinking of taking these tips off and putting black round tips on, 2.5 to 4 inch. So that might be a future project. The engine exhaust itself I'm happy with, but yeah, just those tips. I don't want the stainless silver tips. There's nothing else stainless silver about this car, so I just want to black them out. Those of you that have watched my previous videos will know my old 2SS Camaro. I did the same thing. Everything was black and blue, and I love that too. So anyway, getting back into this oil change now. As far as the oil goes, I'm going with the recommended 0W40 Mobil 1 Dexos approved ESP, and I've also got the PF64 filter, oil filter. I picked these up for about $17 each Australian through a contact. The oil I got through GL Lubricants. They're in Central Coast, New South Wales. Look them up. When you're going to do your flush, make sure you've got a oil pan or a catch tray big enough, number one, and clean, so that you can see if there's anything that's come out of your sump as far as particles, metals or whatever. You'll be able to see that when you're emptying your oil. So go the extra length to make sure your trays are clean before you actually start, and that'll make sure that you're on top of it if something does come out that shouldn't. So the sump plug is a 15mm head as far as socket size goes. Now it does have a Torx fitting in there as well, just in case that's your preference. Just make sure you got the second sump drain tray ready, like I said before. These should have a magnet on the end too, to see if there's any metallic fragments. There we go. It's only got about 3,000 Ks since the last oil change, which was October, from memory, October last year, and we're currently in August. Looks like they may have used a bit of thread tape on this. I'm not sure yet. Actually, it looks like thread paste. It's gone hard, which is what the thread paste normally does, but nothing on the end of it. It's nice and clean. Looks like it might seal the dry sump as well as the actual engine sump. I can't tell. There's two O-rings on that. And no, I don't have a new O-ring. But I'll clean these up, and if they're still spongy, I can see already the one against the head of the bolt, it's still got plenty of height left in it, so it's soft enough to be able to compress when I put it back in. It is good having a drive-on 4-post hoist. It's obviously got many advantages, but what I do need is one of those trays that I can raise and lower, so I can put things like these oil pans on them rather than the oil dripping 4 or 5 foot down and then splashing everywhere. I have all sorts of oil filter wrenches. I love this one. This normally gets everything. Even got the old chain grip, and not one will actually get to this without having to take this cover off, I think. So I'm going to give it one more go, but yeah, like even this one I've got to sort of slip it up inside, but then I can't tighten it to actually turn it. Looks like I'm going to have to take this aluminium cover back off, which is 1001 bolts, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, that probably didn't take any more than, I don't know, 10 minutes. That's the tray off again. Just so many bloody bolts. We've now got the oil filter available to us, so I'll whip that off, and it's still dripping oil, that sump, but it must be getting close to being finished now. So actually, did I just, that was close, almost had the tray sitting on it. Yeah, it's getting close to being finished now, so I'll put the sump in, that plug in, as soon as I put the new filter on. Okay, about to start tightening up. I've just put them all in hand tight. I got some that I haven't put in yet, but they're up in the front corners. So I've got a 7mm socket. One on either corner, which is basically securing the black plastic to the aluminium sheet. Now I haven't counted them, but next to the E16 Torx head bolts, 21, something like that, there's plenty of them. They do have thread locker on them when they come out, so some of them might be a little bit tight to put in by finger tight, but that's what the ratchet's for anyway. But then next, the E16 Torx head bolts. Right, once the Torx bolts are all in, which hopefully they all are, you've now got this row of 14mm bolts, where am I, that join the front under tray to the aluminium under tray. So there's, and they go to the outside end. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 all up or thereabouts, but they run across from one end of the sheet to the other along the front, except for the middle one, which happens to be a smaller bolt. I think it might be 10mm socket. That's just to hold the aluminium tray in place after taking out all of the Torx screws until it's ready to be dropped all together. So anyway, get these done. Need 2 hands again, getting under the car. The outside ones are probably easier from out here. I've got to tighten them properly by hand. Anyway, I'll get into that. Now you've got 3 bolts, which I've got it hanging out there. So that's on one corner of the black plate, but needs to come out because it bolts through the aluminium plate. There's one in the middle and there's one on this corner as well, and they're 10mm. So again, just to complicate things for the sake of complication, they were 10mm, but the ones at the back were, what were they, 7mm I think from memory. Yep, 7mm, so 2 bolts at the back, 7mm, 3 bolts at the front, 10mm, a bunch of 14mm, and then you got your Torx. Now if everything's gone to plan, you should be ready to drop the car, or at least get in from the top engine bay to start filling. So you need an appropriate spout funnel, and start filling with those 1 quart bottles, or else your larger bottles. You'll see the oil cap is here. Dexos 0W40 Mobile 1. That's exactly what we'll be doing. So again, get a filled funnel and start filling. I am OCD about oil bottles, and I'll probably have these sitting up sideways until I can drain every last drop out of them, but don't be like me. Drive yourself crazy. Now I think from memory it's 7 quarts or 7.5 quarts, 7.1 quarts, something around there. So I'll put in close to what I need, then I'll have to start and warm the engine up. Oh goodness. That's all so far. So I mean, let's see, I want to be scared out of these bottles. You can probably see. I want to drink all the entire thing. Now I might need to start the engine to get it pumping through out of the dry sump. I'm not too sure. But that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 quarts so far that I've got in there. So I might just double check the specifications. I think it's 7.1, seems to ring a bell, but I'll just make sure that I have got close to the right amount so I can then start it. I got 2 left in the box. I actually had 2 outside the box as well, so don't get fooled by that. Alright, I've put in 7 quarts. I've put the cap back on. Now I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to just warm it up. Don't you love the dash come alive with a Corvette when you get in the car? Got the Chevy Corvette logo on the other dash. Start her up. go off.
No battery protection. Restarting the system.
That's my dash cam starting up. Okay, so it sounds nice. Now you'll see engine oil and transmission. I've got to change both of those. Display design. So the engine temperature is warm. The oil temperature is slowly getting there, but I think it's the engine that's supposed to be warm before you check the oil level. It's pretty low at the moment. Definitely on the first dot. Probably have to wipe it down before I do another check. So I put the majority, or a little over half of the final bottle, so that gives about 7.5 quarts, and that's pretty much bang on for what it needs. The dipstick comes up over halfway between the two notches. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'll check it in a few days time, but yeah, that looks like it's near on perfect, which is good. So I just got to make sure there's no leaks from my good work. Lovely car. Another lovely car. So I'll turn it off while I'm putting it up. It's been running along enough now. Very stable oil pressure. Temperature 71 degrees is good. Water temperature 82, so yeah, it's in operating range now anyway. My steering wheel goes in, my chair goes up. I love the seat memory, makes it easier to get in and out of the car. So there's been no leakage down there. There's nothing wet. Everything's solid. So reset my oil and transmission fluids on the computer, update the logbook, and the job is done. So the engine oil and transmission fluid are both reset to 0. Which completes the service process. I've put it into the service manual in the glove box that the service has been done. One thing I will do, I notice under maintenance it's got air filter life as well, 46%. I'm going to pull the air filter out next and have a look at that. I said I was going to do it, so guess what? I've done it. Taken the rear boot lining out and taken the filter out. So I guess good news is it's nice and clean in there, so either no debris or it's been cleaned previously by a service. Either way is good. Everything came out easily. There are signs on a couple of screws that it has been removed before, so again that suggests they at least cleaned the filter. The filter itself does show signs of being dirty. Not that you can probably see a whole lot, but it's a little bit dark compared to the inside. So it has caught a lot of dirt and dust. I will be replacing this, but I just wanted to do a trial run taking it out. It didn't take long at all with my trusty ratchet. It takes no time at all to get it out. And yeah, I'm just looking at the markings. I don't know if that's from the factory, but every hole has been marked. The floor is interesting. I don't know if that's fiberglass or what sort of material, but it's certainly not steel. And yeah, straightforward. First things to do is take out the net. If you've got a net, take out the clips for the roof storage, and then take out the boot liner, take out the panel, access panel, take off the air filter cover, and then you're down to the actual filter itself. So no need to record it all, it's all very straightforward. So that little knob is the top, for what it's worth. I guess the writing is the right way up. And yeah, I'll just give this a blast with the compressed air and put it back together. Job done. Okay, just waiting for that compressor to stop. I blew this out. That's my dirty thumbprint there. Yeah, nothing much came through. I noticed that little plastic plate in the middle. Don't know if I can do this one-handed, but yeah, a little bit of grime build up in there, which I'll wipe out with a rag. So I blew it from the inside out, and then I blew the outside diagonally. And I think I'm dirtying it more with my finger with that black soot than anything. Just that stuff. So relatively clean. Nothing that I can see that concerns me. So back in place. It's got that nice satisfying rubber grip to it. It just slides on nice and slowly and smoothly over the inlet. So that'll be compressed once the lid gets back on it, which I'm about to do now. Probably the biggest job will put that seal back in place without falling out. Right, here he goes. They're all migrating next door now. I leave the gate open next door so that they can hop through there, and then they go down back into the bush with his family. That wasn't too hard after all. There's little locating lugs in the rubber all around it, and it's directional, so you'll find the biggest distance is the top two. Down the bottom you've got two that are close together, and then some on the sides, and it's molded with these corners already molded in the rubber as well, so it can only go in one way. And yeah, it'll sit there if you carefully place it until we put the lid back on, which we're going to do now. This takes I think they're 8mm bolts. Just double check on that. So yeah, 5/16 I think is the official size for this. My biggest fear would be making sure the rubber seal doesn't come out when you're putting it in place. So I'm going to actually start at the bottom, try to get that in place first. So bottom center and top two corners feels nice and flat, suggesting the rubber hasn't moved. And I'll just tighten that up with my ratchet. Make sure you don't drop anything when you're working down here, because it'll go through the engine bay into the floor if you're lucky, or get lost. Okay, that's it. I'll just hand tighten those with the hand ratchet spanner and put the lid back on. And that's job done. So much simpler than I expected, I got to say. And yeah, I will buy a new filter. It's actually scheduled for in 12 months time to have a new filter, but I don't know, I'm looking at this K&N setup which replaces some of the housing or the whole housing as well as the filter. As like all of them, they claim 15 horsepower gain or something, but I'm more interested in if it sounds any better with the induction noise. But yeah, I'll be getting a K&N filter. That'll be another update in a future video. So if you're enjoying these, subscribe, and hopefully you'll get to see progress with exhaust tips. They're actually going to be here in a few days. I'll be taking the rear bumper off for that, and the filter, and yeah, anything else that might grab my attention. There is something else that I'm thinking of doing. I've seen a few videos where people have actually put heat insulation on these covers because of the heat that gets put through to the boot or the trunk, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it is pretty thin material, and the heat will just go straight through that without any insulation. So that might be something else I'll do, just to reduce the heat soak into the rear trunk. So that's been a big episode. So I've sort of got a backlog at the moment, but yeah, hopefully I'll get them out more regularly, and short sharp videos on any work that I do. Yeah, this is part of the service that I've done. The transmission as well. Yeah, I held it for 6 months during the warranty period before I started doing too much to it. But yeah, just like all my cars, I can't help myself. It's just I love tinkering with cars. Anyway, until next time, take care, subscribe, like the video if you do like it, and hope to see you again. Bye.